BFreeCBD.com joins forces with Championship Wrestling to bring you the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast. And here's your host, Dustin Starr, featuring special guest,
BFree CBD,
founder of BFree CBD, Daryl Bird. Here we go!
Body aches gone, leg pain gone, back pain gone, relaxation on.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode 21 of the all-new Championship Wrestling podcast presented by BFree CBD. Thank you for joining me wherever you are on this glorious Memorial Day. You may hear the birds chirping or my dogs barking as I'm recording this podcast from my backyard in Memphis, Tennessee. I am Dustin Starr, and today I'd like to thank the men and women who have served our country to keep us free. That's first and foremost today, and every day. And secondly, today I'm excited to be here to talk to HOWDY PRICE. Ha ha ha! I'm a big fan, and he reminds me of classic Memphis wrestling managers, but we're going to get to him in just a second. But a quick reminder that BFreeCBD.com is perfect for aches and pains, or if you're struggling with anxiety, check out BFreeCBD.com. They have oils, bath bombs, flour, gummies, you name it. Give them a follow at BFreeCBD on social media, and while you're there, go ahead and follow at CW30 Wrestling, and of course, I'm at Dustin Starr. HOWDY PRICE is next. I can't wait. But here's a quick rundown of what's coming up after HOWDY PRICE. So, of course, I'm going to recap Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle, where we had 3 huge matches, and we peeked behind the curtain on the Don't Rush Challenge. We had to get in on that. Then, we're going to look ahead at what's coming up this week and where you can find Championship Wrestling and what to expect on Saturday's show. And of course, I'll answer all of your questions in this week's mailbag. Let's talk to one of my favorite despicable characters in all of Championship Wrestling, presented by Pro Shingle. It's the one and only HOWDY PRICE, and I've been practicing my howdy. I've been practicing it all week just for this.
The all-new Championship Wrestling podcast is presented by BFree CBD.
Call you out on this. You've been helping her a lot at these matches lately.
How dare you, first of all.
There's been a couple of assists. I mean, you guys are...
Listen, when it comes down to it, Michael Jordan needed a Scottie Pippen. Kobe Bryant needed a Shaq.
CBD.com joins forces with Championship Wrestling to help you be and feel your best.
Howdy.
Howdy, that's pretty good. You did a good one there, Dustin.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, I think you did pretty good. You had the extended O's on there and a couple of W's. And, yeah, that's the proper way to do it. So I appreciate it.
You are always into something, but in the recent downtime, what have you been doing? Instead of harassing people and fans at ringside, what are you doing now with the downtime, Howdy?
Well, the downtime has definitely been a time of reflection as well as brainstorming. Just maintaining everything here at the Price Check Ranch, making sure all the livestock is fine, and making sure that old Levi is in the workout mode, which he is. He's turning into an even bigger beast than it was before all this happenings. But I've been drawing. I've been, just practicing my still image shots and looks and whatnot, seeing how I could further devastate and see the high definition of the high fineness of one HOWDY PRICE when I get back in front of them cameras.
Well, you were an instant hit in Memphis, and you were on television here in Memphis each and every week on CW30 and then also on YouTube Premiere. And I know you're an old school wrestling fan because I follow you on Twitter.
I do love me some classic territories. My granddaddy, Legendary Price, he used to just bring in the videotapes for little baby Howdy to just stay calm about it. It's, I was always, wah, wah. But as soon as he sat me down in front of the old video box, I was very captivated by everything, whether it be the territorial managers of Gary Hart or the Grand Wizard, or the high energy, the colorful people, the personalities that were just as large as their clientele. So I do love me some of them classic moments, and I guess you could say they was definitely an inspiration there on old Howdy Price.
We are talking to old Howdy Price right now. I was going to ask you about your favorite managers, not only old school managers, but any managers that you are have your favorites today.
Oh, well, yes. There is a lot of them that seem to be catching my eye, and I do appreciate their sense of business. Let's see. I do love me that, was it Zelina in the WW?
Yeah.
She's good clientele. She takes care of her business partners and has to get her hands dirty every now and then. Let's see here. I do appreciate the fashion sense of Halston Boddy.
Really?
I do. He's definitely he's a big shiny rhinestone in this industry. So yes, and I mean there's a few out there that I feel that could use a little work to put over their talent a little bit more instead of just themselves. I mean, it's hard to me, it's hard to balance the focus of one Howdy Price and his clientele, but I make that work. There's a science to it. There's a chemistry to it. And I just get those beakers and I just pour the right amount of ingredients in there, and it just works. No explosion. Well, the explosion's in the ring, but it's a great mixture.
Well, we saw you in the Don't Rush Challenge over the weekend. That aired on Saturday. And that whole deal is about receiving the text messages that business is back to normal. How ready is Howdy Price to get back to ringside?
Howdy Price is always ready. Howdy Price is always ready to answer the call. Howdy Price is he knows what a prize he is to this industry. He knows what a nice reflection of what people are missing about professional wrestling. Howdy Price is ready to get back in there and just completely put on a show. I'm a show pony. I'm also the charging bull with the golden horns, but there's a reason that I wear the blue ribbon is because I'm the best in show. And so there's a show going on. You can guarantee that I'm going to be strutting it down.
Where can we keep up with Howdy Price?
Well, you can follow me on my shared account with my roommate, Dum Dum Winwood, at Dino Winwood on the Twitter. I also have my own Instagram. It is come_say_howdy. And I tend to update it every now and then when I'm not busy, but the Twitter seems to be the best place for you to follow Howdy Price and his roommate for appreciation and the missings of professional wrestling, as well as the rich history of professional wrestling.
All right. Now you gotta give it to me one good time here, okay? So I'm gonna do mine and then I'm gonna compare it to yours, okay?
Okay.
All right. Just got to gear it up.
Of course. This isn't an easy thing to do.
Howdy! Ha ha ha!
Well, that was good. That was good. I'd say it was a little high in the halls. I'd say you got to get down to the basement where the Amontillado is. And then, but you're definitely getting there, Dustin, and I appreciate the effort. Most people just go, howdy. I'm like, nope, that's not how it goes, and that's respectful. And I'm glad you're wearing a mask. So let's go ahead here, and let's go. Howdy!
I love it, ladies and gentlemen. Howdy Price.
The Championship Wrestling Rewind is brought to you by BFree CBD.
Instantly, I remember thinking that Howdy Price was perfect for Memphis TV. He's like an old Nate the Rat, or even a nasty Texas Jimmy Hart. What do you think? Anyway, real quick, let's rewind back to Saturday's Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. We opened up the program with MJF versus Willie Mack, AEW versus Impact Wrestling. It was awesome. If you missed it, go back and check it out. Then we had women's division action where Heather Monroe with Halston Boddy squared off against Simone Cherie, and it ended up being an impromptu 2 out of 3 falls match. Some cockiness backfired on Heather Monroe. Great stuff in the women's division again. Then in the main event, it was the bloodiest match in championship wrestling history. It was the bull rope match. Royce Isaacs defending the United Television Championship against Bateman. And not only the bull rope match, but Royce Isaacs, he provided special commentary of what was going through his mind during that match. Here's a sneak peek.
We're both bleeding all over each other. I personally loved it. I think we both kind of did. We're both those sick freaks that if you up the level like that, we're going to respond to it.
He loved it? Are you kidding me? You've got to see this match if you haven't already. Watch in full on YouTube. Just type in at CW30 Wrestling and it'll come up. And then, of course, we had a little fun. The Don't Rush Challenge. Championship wrestling style. Thanks to everybody who participated. Man, it was kind of like herding cats, getting everybody together on the same page with this, but I'm just kidding. Thanks to everybody who participated. I thought it was a lot of fun, and we look forward to coordinating more of that in the near future. And then, of course, after Championship Wrestling on Saturday, I went live on our official YouTube page at CW30 Wrestling and on our Facebook page for our live reaction where I answered your questions and talked about what to look for next coming up on Championship Wrestling.
The Championship Wrestling Lookout is brought to you by BFree CBD.
You need to look out this week. My Maria will be featured on www.stspod.club, revealing her top 10 slaps of all time. Be on lookout for that one. Lawler, Dundee, Jarrett, Weatherman, myself. So many people could be on that list, but we're going to round out the top 10 straight from My Maria's mouth herself. And then this week also, we're going to join the Vegas Bad Boys podcast. It's a dual interview with myself and My Maria. That should drop this week as well. And then, of course, on Thursday, I've been joining Sports 56 Mornings with Peter and CJ talking professional wrestling. So be on lookout for that as well as I ride over to FedEx Forum for an all-new Grind City Wrestling. Let me give you a quick insight, just in case you haven't been listening, at grindcitymedia.com/podcast. This is a little piece of talking about the Owen Hart story from Dark Side of the Ring with a man who has dangled high up in the rafters at FedEx Forum previously. Check this out.
And I'm going to tell you straight up, it's the most terrifying experience in the world because you have to, you're harnessed in, right? You have to climb over this rail. And here in FedEx Forum, I think it's 180 feet.
I'm terrified of heights,
180 feet, right? So you have to climb over the rail. And so you're still feeling okay. You're like, okay. And then you just have to let go. You just have to let go and hope it holds you. And I'll tell you, you go like this. I'm acting it out because
he's holding the table.
And you just have to let your hands go.
And trust.
And then know what you do? You just dangle there. And then for some reason, then you think if you grab your rope, you're more secure. So you're holding your rope, and then you just got to be like, okay, I'm fine.
Great stuff as always. That's Thursday, Grind City Wrestling. And then on Saturday, we're going to take a look on Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle at how the group known as Static was formed. Ray Rosas, Adrian Quest, Andy Brown. That story is going to unfold on Saturday. Plus, we'll see what our wrestlers are doing while they're at home now. And don't miss, each and every Saturday, immediately following Championship Wrestling, we go YouTube Live with the reaction show. Join us.
It's time for this week's Mailbag. Mailbag.
I love interacting with you each and every week. This is my favorite segment. It's the Mailbag. And of Of course, I take those questions anywhere, but typically on Instagram, on my story, on 5 Star Friday night, I post the little gimmick that says, ask me anything, and here's what I got. This one just says 5 star. So, big shout out anytime anybody has 5 in the sky. Thanks for that. Okay, the first real question. Was there new info from Owen Hart Dark Side of the Ring? So, as we talked about on Grind City Wrestling last Thursday, we had heard so many stories over the years about Owen Hart and what happened and who was there first and this, that, and the other, the clip, all that good stuff. But the only thing that I didn't exactly know about is I knew that Martha was against Owen going into the Hall of Fame. To actually see her and to see their son say that they would never want him to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, that was new to me. Although I had heard it, it was just different actually seeing it. And I posed the question to you. Put your response in the comments or send them to me on my DMs at Dustin Starr or at CW30 Wrestling. Do you think that's fair? I think wrestling fans would like to see Owen Hart celebrated in the Hall of Fame. So, they're totally against it. Next question. Thoughts on Maria's job on your hair? Talking about my haircut. Yeah, I think she kind of did a half Road Warrior Hawk on me. If you missed that, go back to at CW30 Wrestling. My Maria cut my hair last week on TV. Gapped me up pretty good. Yeah, she did a great job. How do you think she did on my hair? Next question. If you could, would you join WWE? Well, if WWE sent me a contract and it looked good, of course I would sign it. I don't know that I couldn't if I didn't want to. I'm pretty well set up with Championship Wrestling right now, but hey man, you never know what's coming up in the future. Next one is great job at pitch night. Awesome. Yeah, so Friday night I surprised the students and staff of Light in Memphis. L-I-T-E, Let's Innovate Through Education. I was the surprise award presenter. And so I tried to get them fired up virtually from their computers. It was super cool. It was hosted by Kanji Anthony. Zebo made a special appearance. So thanks for having me for that virtual award ceremony. You guys check them out on Facebook, L-I-T-E Memphis. Next question, how's the hair? Well, luckily most of the stuff that I've been shooting on television doesn't necessarily need me to turn around. So I'm all good as long as she only gapped up the back. Alright, last question. Favorite Grizzlies moment? Man, it seems like I get asked this every single week, and it's cool because I love it. So typically I give a different answer each and every week because I really don't have a favorite. I've got so many favorites, everything from family and from working there and from being a fan and insider stuff that you guys don't know about. Gosh, there's so many favorites. So, to bring it back to wrestling, what about the time that I tag teamed with Grizz against the Texas Barbecue Boys at halftime at FedEx Forum during a Memphis Grizzlies game? And we came out victorious. Of course we did. That was awesome. That was definitely a great Grizzlies moment for me. And that's it for this week's mailbag. Guys, if you have questions, hit me up at Dustin Starr.
Thanks for listening to the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by BFreeCBD.com.
We are wrapping things up on this Memorial Day Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by BFree CBD. Thank you guys for joining me here each and every week. be sure to check out BFreeCBD.com. They're always offering 20% off. They have daily specials. If you already take CBD, or if you've been thinking about trying it, do us a favor. Do yourself a favor. Try BFree CBD. Also, you can like them on Facebook. New location coming very soon to Memphis, Tennessee, but of course they ship all over the globe. We're going to catch you again here next week. We're going to have a new guest. Big thanks to Howdy Price for joining me this week. I can't seem to get it right. Send your requests our way at CW30 Wrestling, and until next week, I am Dustin Starr saying so long, everybody.